We are live.
And we are live.
Yeah, we're on the air right now, my friend.
We are on the
We
air.
are on the air.
What's up,
fuck?
everybody? That's our radio show.
Oh, what would our segment be called? What would our what's the word? Not segment. What's it called?
I also don't know what it's called.
Um.
Oh, you mean like how they've got like 1019 The Fox and shit?
No. They have like on Triple J. They have like Blackout and things like that. They're like shows, segments.
I'm looking it up.
They're
It's
like
called a
the
radio program, apparently.
program.
Yeah, I think they're just called segments.
Segments.
A segment is a part of a radio show.
But
Segments can include interviews, different topics, music, etc.
Maybe it is just a show. But when it's like, because it's like different, like it go for like 2 hours. It's like a different, like, now we're gonna play music just from Australia, or now we're gonna play music just from indigenous artists.
Maybe
like a show
segments.
Segments. What would our
It's
segments
sway in the morning. Our segment would be let's say something problematic for 2 hours. That's what our segment would be.
I would love to see like live call lines and see what the fuck our opinions would
have people call in and say their most problematic thing, their most controversial, polarizing shit.
I don't know if that's a good idea. That sounds
John,
dangerous.
I think you just have a fear of success. That's what you have a fear of.
Yeah, look, I've developed some fears in the recent times.
Yeah, what fears that?
Yeah, fucking fire. I don't like heat. I like fire.
Is that like
scared to say
is that like
take
a
something
phobia?
out the oven earlier? I was supposed to just get burnt.
Yeah.
I
think that's a common thing, but I think now
I couldn't take anything out of the fucking. Be scared of getting burnt. I couldn't take anything out the fucking oven yesterday. I was trying to take shit out the oven. I had to bake a cake, and I was taking shit out the oven, and I got scared. Anyway,
do you want to explain why?
We should probably say hello.
Hello.
Hello. That's right.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Love you.
Yeah, how long has it been? I want to look up when was the last podcast episode. Because it's been, John, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a little while.
It's good to see you all. It's good to. I hope you haven't missed us too much, and you're not angry at us for not uploading.
Dude, John, the phones on our radio show have been ringing off the hook.
Yeah, they've been
since the 7th of February.
They've been 7th of Feb. Fuck me, it's been a month and a bit. Whoops.
Yeah, a month and a week.
We have been busy. I mean, that's a lie. We haven't really. I haven't been busy. I've been ill and sick and dying.
Yeah, I would say busy is like a weird way to put it.
Yeah,
like literally everything went wrong.
Something came up. Something.
Things went wrong every single week for the past month and a half.
I had to clear my schedule. I got very ill. I got very sick. Like I don't know what I had. It was like a really rough flu. And then my very old car decided that the radiator was going to give in while I was standing in front of it with the bonnet open, and it sprayed like 100-degree coolant and oil and water all up my like kind of front and like left side of my body. So I was like in like urgent care, and then I was at home like recovering and stuff. I haven't really been able to get out of like bed properly or move properly. I haven't been to work, uni, anything like that. Uni also started, so there's that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was another thing that happened.
Yeah, uni also started. So I have been swamped. Jack been playing Minecraft.
Yeah, no, a lot of shit happened, but hopefully we're kind of back on track. Essentially, we'll get 5 episodes out today, and make up for all of the lost time.
I don't remember.
How does that sound, John? About 5 to 7 hours of podcasts.
I'm getting a call. Oh no.
Wait, no,
Oh
this is part
no.
of our segment.
No. Oh wait, is it?
Yeah, I think they're calling you to
To be
say
like...
something controversial.
Well, look, it's good to be back. Jack,
We
we've
made
we've barely spoken in the time I've been ill.
We literally have not spoken for multiple weeks.
No, and then he messaged me out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, you up, Winky?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
And then he said, I'm in the emergency room right now.
Jack actually messaged me going, "Hey, are we still doing podcasts today?" And I went, "Oh fuck, yeah, I forgot. I'm actually like in the emergency room. I
Yeah, so
didn't
I was worried. Were
see
you
it
just
straight
not
away."
gonna tell me unless I brought up the podcast?
No, I was going to tell you. I honestly that day I was a little busy. Um,
Yeah, I understand.
yeah, I hadn't like quickly I hadn't really jumped on it uh, on like telling you
Hmm.
or really anyone. Only Laura knew, and that's because Laura was with me. Like, I hope you're gonna be okay. And I was like, they've been great though.
Yeah, I love that.
They kept me alive, which was lovely.
Dude, I would have
The
killed
we
you
live in.
instantly.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it
car
just would have
wanted
been
to
too
as well.
annoying for me.
If I
I would have
hadn't
been like,
turned
he's
away,
complaining too much. He's in too much pain. He's complaining too much about the awful burns that he had all over his body.
God,
This is fucked up.
this guy's fucking annoying. He's moaning and
He's
God,
just like in pain and shit all the
and
time. Like, man up,
he
man. It's
can't
just a
move.
second degree burn.
Stop being a fucking baby, dude. It's only
John had to explain
absolutely...
to me what the difference between a first, second, and third degree burn was.
Yeah, I
Because
found
I was
out. The
like,
nice nurses told me about it. The lovely nurses that were dressing my second degree burns all over my
mm,
body. No, I'm good though. We're all good team. Um,
we're getting back to it. Yeah, because people on my stream were asking me. They were like, when's the next podcast coming out? It's been weeks. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to say what's going on with John, like, because it's probably like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, John's been in the hospital.
I got
'cause
deported, guys. I got
John's visa
deported.
expired.
Oh,
Um,
no, my visa.
but yeah, no, because people were like asking me about it, and I was like, I feel like this isn't my place
Mm,
to say why the podcast hasn't been
mm.
coming out. Um, yeah, just we got busy.
Yeah, we got busy.
Yeah, just like some stuff happened.
Some stuff and things.
Some
It's good to
stuff and
see you
things and
streaming
crud.
again, though. That's hype.
Yay! I was explaining to John that like, so the day that we are recording this, maybe like 2 days before that, I finally have gotten my shit together and am now focusing on becoming a little gremlin again. I was explaining how like the past 3 months I've been just a normal human being by like going to work, coming home, doing shit, going shopping. And now I'm like, okay, I've had my fun, I've had my holiday. It's now time to be a little content curmudgeon and just sit in my dwelling and work on videos and streams and stuff. So that's the plan until I
Yes.
inevitably burn out.
We all burn out sometimes. It's not a big deal.
I just spilled water all over my fucking mouse pad. Oh,
What are we chatting
another
about
remote
today?
episode.
Yes, another remote episode. Look, at the moment, remote is just the easiest thing. My timetable's changed next week. By the way, Jack, I'll have to update you on that.
I don't even know which timetable is at the moment.
Don't you?
No.
I was free Tuesday and Thursday. That's it. But
Oh,
now I have Monday and Wednesday.
Pog.
Should work. But yeah. So anyway, I don't need to be waffling about my fucking
No,
schedule
this is
on
the whole
stream.
point. Out. My toys, my rules. My podcast, my rules.
Yes. This is a Jack episode special, friends. So you're not going to
Yeah.
hear me as waffling as much as I normally do. I
Yeah,
know
'cause
as
I
of
already
recently,
said I've been complaining a lot about John's constant waffling and moaning and pain that he's been in.
and burn victim complaints.
I've been
and
like, God,
all
does
that
this guy
shit.
ever shut up?
Yeah. Oh god, he's so fucking
God,
wow,
it was
wow,
just
wow.
it was only 100 degrees. Like if
Wow,
it was
wow,
102, then
wow.
I probably
Your
would have
skin
understood.
melted off your body. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I'm hearing, you know?
People are gonna be like, ugh, like the whole time.
It
Yeah, just
wasn't
think about, like,
great.
think about skin being melted. Just think about that for the rest of the
literally like leapt head first into my into the shower. Should have seen it, dude. I like dolphin dived.
podcast.
You know, like the old cod dolphin dived. I had
Yeah.
like 2 knives in my hand, and I like
Why
like
do you have
straight
2
down.
knives in your hand?
You know the little shooty knives that they're
the
on...
ballistic knives.
Yeah, the ballistic knives. Yeah, I had 2 ballistic knives.
How'd you get those?
They came out of the radiator with everything else.
Oh, so that's what you got hit by.
Yeah.
It wasn't the oil, it was just 2 ballistic knives getting
2
shot straight in
ballistic
your tummy.
knives. Yeah, so I dove into the shower, and then and then I'm here. Here we are. So
were you home when that happened?
no, I had just arrived at Laura's house.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, I was like, if that happened while you were just like out in the middle of the like,
dude,
nowhere,
I can't explain how like super awful and unfortunate that it even happened.
yeah,
But the placement and the timing could not have been a better situation.
yeah,
Like, I had just shown up to my partner's house. Nobody was home, so nobody saw it happen. No one had to like panic about it. I could just deal with it
so
myself.
you couldn't get embarrassed.
I couldn't get embarrassed because I was running around shirtless. I had just pulled up there. Literally, like, I had uni like later that day. I was recording it just before it happened, and like my head would have been right in front of where it had gone off if it had like opened like 20 seconds earlier. You know, like I had work as well, like the next day, and I was like, what if that had happened like in a public place?
Yeah.
Like I have no instant access to water or something like that. I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
But no, that the timing was okay in an awful, horrible situation.
I was gonna say for such an awful thing that should have happened, it seemed like it was like one of the better scenarios to be in when it did happen.
Yeah, definitely not the good ending, but an ending with a...
I think the good ending was not having your car explode.
Yeah, no, not really. It's okay now though.
Yeah,
Which is okay. It's just old, and yeah. Oh, it has a Toyota Corolla engine in it now.
Ah.
So that's cool. I'm just driving a glorified Toyota Corolla.
Love that.
It's not a Toyota Corolla. Yeah, it just looks pretty, you know.
Yeah.
No, but I'm all good. But that's why I wasn't here, team. I apologize.
You don't have to apologize for being a burns victim, John.
I'm so sorry. I'm a burns victim.
I'm so sorry my car exploded.
I'm so sorry.
John, enough with the victim blaming, okay? It was not your car's fault, it was your fault.
Fuck's sake, man. It wasn't the car's fault, it was yours. Fuck you, man. So Jack's got a bad banger new mic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen to this bad boy. You see how fucking deafening he is, guys?
Oh no, was I really loud?
No, you're not that loud at all.
What about now?
Holy fuck. Everyone like listening to this in their cars just crashed their car.
Good.
You know the car crash boyfriend ASMR? Have you heard that?
The car crash boyfriend?
If you haven't heard...
I don't think so.
How have you not heard boyfriend
the
car
only
crash
thing I've
ASMR?
heard, which I saw it again this morning, was like, use this audio when you feel unsafe in an Uber.
Darling!
Because I've noticed now is that when he's still doing it, like in these like newer videos, it's like after he does it, he just starts laughing. He just like can't really contain himself.
It's awful. And he uploaded like an update. Yeah. He uploaded an update recently, and it was like 4 million darlings saved in their Uber or something from like the sound you use. Dude, that's the thing. Boyfriend
crashes car and fucking dies. ASMR.
For all of you guys at home, if you want to listen to it, that's what it's called. It's it's called that. It went around on the internet for a while. It is so funny.
I'm gonna save this one for later when I need to go to sleep
While
tonight.
while Jack is listening to that, I'm going to Jack. You're going to listen to it right now. I need a
Okay,
live
sure.
reaction. While Jack's listening to that, I'm just gonna quickly. Obviously, the past few episodes we spoke about some pretty serious current political matters, some pretty serious political situations going on and right now, and some humanitarian problems. Obviously, this is like a history comedy kind of like political thing that we're doing here. So, not every episode is going to be that. Obviously, it was a few back to back there that were on current situations. However, we are getting back to kind of like what we're aiming for, some more light-hearted stuff, some elements of history that isn't quite as like full on, and things like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that isn't going to be permanent. We aren't moving over to like current political problems. That was just kind of a few podcasts that if you just wanted an update on the situations of those current, like when we recorded those, that's what they are. So just wanted to say that, post that out there, and we're not shifting over to current political stuff or removing like the comedic or humorous aspect of our of what we do, because that's not the point in what we do. So
Dude, if I can't make jokes about boyfriend crashes car and fucking dies ASMR, like this podcast is not for me.
I literally did. Oh no. It's like,
Oh no, I can hear the vehicle.
that's so funny.
Dude, what happened to the car?
What do you mean?
Did he get hit by a train as well?
I don't know.
What is gone? If there was just one more car, I would have. Ah! That's so stupid.
Oh,
Good thing it only
so
goes for
funny.
38 seconds, so it wasn't prolonged for too long.
So funny.
The next suggested one that just came up was boyfriend gambles all his money away and gets shot to death ASMR. So I'm excited to listen to that one tonight. Yeah, you were talking about like getting away from the current serious political shit, and I don't think we could get any further away than what we're talking about today.
Let's go. What are we chatting about today, then, my friend?
John, have you ever heard of Dink Doink?
I've never heard of Dink Doink.
Okay, so like many weeks and episodes ago, John was like, "Hey, actually, I think it was like the second episode or something where I mentioned CryptoZoo, and John was like, "What is CryptoZoo?" And I was like, "I'll tell you about CryptoZoo," and then never did. And today I'm doing it. Today I'm going to tell John about CryptoZoo because he was not familiar with the businessman that Logan Paul really is, and I just thought I would share the timeline and like what that is with John and with you guys as well that aren't aware, because it's crazy. Logan Paul is very famous content creator, WWE wrestler, NFT, what's the word?
Man.
Expert.
Oh.
I wanted to say like NFT guru or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, knows a lot about how to make money in all of the scummiest ways, I suppose. And CryptoZoo is pretty much that. So I can't like start with CryptoZoo immediately. I need to go back like I think it was like a year prior or like a little bit less than a year prior. When Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, he was talking about this thing and he said it was called Dink Doink. And he said it's an NFT and it's all about just memes and it's just funny. And that's why I am going all in. And being somebody as influential as Logan Paul, you can't really say I'm going all in if you don't mean it. And that was pretty much what happened. He just started spouting nonsense about this thing called Dink Doink. He didn't really explain what it was at all. He just said it was like a funny NFT project about like memes and jokes and stuff like
He
that.
doesn't have to explain it. If he's going all in, I want some dink doink, bro.
I want I want you to dink my doink. And
I'm
so
dinking a doink right now.
any doinkers.
Any doinkers.
But yeah, so it was just like this random thing that he just started talking about on his podcast, and he was like, "Dink doink, this funny thing. I'm going all in. I'm spending all my money." Um, and people were like, "Okay, I will also put money into Dink Doink. It's gonna make me a fucking millionaire." Dink Doink. I don't know if you can't see, John. It is basically. Do you know what Clippy is? The like Microsoft Word little
What,
paperclip
the
thing.
little paperclip? Yeah.
Yeah. So the Dink Doink like mascot is essentially like that, but instead of like a paperclip, it's like a spring. And its whole thing is just like doing these weird little like skits and stuff on YouTube. And it's in the style of like South Park. And I'm trying to figure out, to be honest, I don't know why the YouTube like cartoons and stuff became a thing. I think it was just to like be more relatable. Yeah, so it says Dink Doink is more than just a cartoon. Dink is on a mission to be the first ever decentralized media franchise where token holders receive an NFT for every episode that drops. So essentially, what they're promoting is like, hey, we're a cartoon that does like 1 to 5 minute episodes, and whenever a new episode drops, you get an NFT for the Dink Doink website or whatever. This okay, I've just gone to the Dink Doink link, and it's actually for sale. So if any of you guys want to scoop up the dinkdoink.com listing, you can do that right now.
So it's gone.
Yeah. So what happened was like they put out like what is Dink Doink, and it was essentially like yeah, it was like, hey, this is a little cartoon similar to something like Mickey Mouse or Family Guy, and which is crazy because it's like the two polar opposites when it comes to cartoons. And yeah, they were just like, this is the cartoon, but you make money from this cartoon, essentially, is what they were saying. And people were like, okay, let me get on that. And that's why Logan Paul was like, I'm all in on this little spring with eyes and arms and a mouth. And so people did that, people got in on it. They then put out, right after like what is Dink Doink, they put out like a music video, and then they put out episode 1, which goes for like 2 minutes. And then when they put out episode 2, what a surprise, one of the characters in episode 2 is none other than Logan Paul in like South Park cartoon form. And people are like, that's kind of weird. Why is Logan Paul in this cartoon? Seemingly that he has nothing to do with it. So people, right after that happened, people were like, strange, Logan Paul, do you have something to do with Dink Doink? And people like really immediately like went after him about that. They were like, hey, it's yeah, he basically was just like calling it this random shit coin and like acting like he didn't have anything to do with it, but he like helped create the whole thing. And when he did that, the other creators just basically gave him a bunch of what they called Dink Doink coins, which then it was like, yeah, he was essentially just like one of the creators at that point. But he like denied that he was one of the creators, or like he knew that much about them, when literally the leader of the thing, it came out that the person who created Dink Doink was Logan Paul's roommate.
Oh no.
So then people were like, okay, this is like fucked up. And it essentially just was a like pump and dump.
Yeah.
Where like basically just says, I'm putting all of my money into this, and then like already puts all of his money into it, waits for everyone else to put their money in, and then they pay insane prices because there is not much of the coin left or whatever, and then he just sells all of his, and then the price drops drastically, and then nobody can get their money out pretty much because it all is just operating at like a loss at that point. So that was essentially Dink Doink. It didn't last for too long. They literally the Dink Doink like the word Dink Doink makes no sense to me anymore. Like it just doesn't sound right anymore.
Yeah.
Um, Dink Doink had 10 videos on their little YouTube channel. And like right after that, he was just kind of like, oops. And yeah, he essentially like passed off most of the blame. He was like, I didn't create Dink Doink. Um, I didn't really have too much of a say in what was going on with Dink Doink. I just like helped promote it. And he was like, this thing, like he was basically saying that he couldn't call the shots or like do anything. So that's why he was like trying to distance himself from it as much as possible, just to not take the blame.
He just knew he couldn't beat him. He just had to suck his dick, dude.
If people haven't seen that photo, they're not gonna get it, but they're just gonna be like, "What did he just say?"
Did he just say?
But yeah, so
he's the WWE World Champion, though.
Yeah, and he was going all in on the shitcoin for the memes and stuff.
He's the belt holder. We can't the shitcoin for the memes and stuff. So yeah. he rug pulled people. He did the old right. Okay.
The old pump and dump, which sounds like a sex move on like
I do that with
Dictionary.
your mum all the time.
Oi, that's my mother, and I won't let her be spoken to like that.
Sorry.
On her birthday, especially of all times.
Is it her birthday?
Nah, her birthday was on the weekend.
Oh, happy!
I'm surprised you don't know.
I don't keep up with the side hoes.
No, that's my mother. Anyway, like after Dink Doink, that was like one of the first like I say big, but it was like I didn't even know about Dink Doink. Like I was told about it. I mean, the Dink Doink channel has like 400 subscribers. So similar to me, to be honest. We're both like I'm literally on the same level as Dink Doink. When it comes to being notable, I think I'm going to change my name to Ayo Doink.
Yeah, so it's just like a really poorly made, like animation thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally South Park. It looks like
pretty much. Yeah. So that happened, and then like after all that shit happened, it was like a couple years later. Let me try and see exactly. It was like 2021 ish. Logan Paul on his podcast again was saying like, I want to try and find the exact quote. You'll just have to bear with me for a second.
Is Dink Doink still trading?
Oh, probably not.
Oh. No.
I don't know if I'll be able to find the exact quote. Okay. I'm going to be paraphrasing, but just like when he was talking on his podcast, he was like, he basically just like looking at the ground, just being like super focus mode. And he was like, I have been wanting to explain what I'm working on and stuff like that. And he just like, he kept being like, this game is going to be so cool and stuff like that. And then Mike, his like, I don't know what their relation is. I think it might be like one of his like managers or something like that. It seemed like this very structured, scripted little part that happened where he was like saying all this, and then Mike is like, see, there's that word again. You keep saying game, and you're not saying like project or anything. You're saying game. And then Logan Paul's like, yeah, this is going to be a game that makes you money. And people are like, fuck yeah, I love video games. Basically what CryptoZoo was, like, he didn't mention what it was at that point. He was basically like, this is a game that I'm working on, and it's a game that makes you money. And he then explained what CryptoZoo was, which it was essentially kind of like Pokemon, where you just like get your little virtual fellas.
I love
And
Pokemon.
exactly, and that's why it was so exciting. It was like Pokemon, but you make real money through crypto, like the most
It's like Power
the most
World.
trustworthy fucking source of income.
It's like
Um,
Power World.
exactly. But yeah, so basically what the thing was is that you would buy like these crypto tokens, which were called like Zoo or like Zoo coin or whatever,
Dink
and you would buy
Doink Coin.
yeah, Dink Doink Bucks is what they were calling them.
Yeah.
So it was like yeah, Zoo coin or whatever, and you would buy this little NFT egg, and the egg would then hatch into like an animal, and then you would breed that animal with another animal and make like a hybrid
Oh,
animal.
so Dragon City, the hit mobile game.
Exactly. But yeah, so it was like
This episode,
you
it's
could have
not.
like a cat panda or something like that. Like I don't know. And basically, if you breed more and more like rare hybrids, they would be more valuable. Which then, like you would.
What
I
if you
think
got
they
a boy zoo animal? Would you ever get the
like a
rare?
human child or like
No, like like because obviously like if we're talking like
oh anatomically like
yeah. What if it was
yeah.
like so you just
I don't
wouldn't
even think
get?
that they had like
Oh,
assigned sexes.
wow, that's very forward thinking of them.
Yeah, wow. Logan Paul isn't a big advocate for the
I'm not
LGBTQ.
sure. I'm not sure that's true. Let's not say
Dude, you
that
can
when we
say
don't know
any
if that's true.
misinformation on the internet,
We
and
have
I'm using
no
my
idea if
freedom of
that's true.
speech.
Okay, we don't know if that's true. Let's we'll just reinforce that. It might not be true.
Don't sue me or something.
No, we have no idea.
But yeah, so like I said, it was like you would keep breeding these like hybrid animals and stuff like that, and then like the more rare the hybrid animal was, they would be more valuable, and they would essentially make you like passive income through like crypto. And then what you could do is, I want to say that the term was like burn, but I don't know if that's what the actual term was. But you essentially just sell your like rare fella animal for more crypto, and then it's like you can cash out that crypto, or you can buy like more eggs and then keep breeding essentially, which sounds kind of fun when like because it's like okay, so yeah, like the NFT like crypto world is just like boring and weird and I don't like it, but like if you turn it into a game, then I'm like, oh shit, like if you gamify anything, it's fun. Like you get 20 fucking V-bucks for doing the dishes. I'm like, bro, get me elbows deep in a sink right now. But that's just that was like the only time that somebody had like gamified something that was like crypto related and like NFT related. So basically that was the initial like plan. That was the how they advertised it. And as well as that, Logan Paul said that he'd put like $1 million or so of his own money into making the game. But another thing that he mentioned was that like a lot of that money was for like the engineers and stuff like that, but also artists, where the artists were hand drawing the like hybrid animals. So that's like thousands upon thousands of like possible different hybrids of like animals and shit like that. And that's why it was so expensive, was that it was like, oh, these are all like hand drawn, one of one type things. And so when the launch day was, let me see, it was on supposedly September 3rd of 2021. They put out an initial like 10,000 of like the base eggs, 10,000 of them. Logan Paul put out 10,000. That's a man with millions of followers and stuff like that. They sold out in literally like minutes.
Yeah.
somebody it says that there was a person who bought several $1,000s worth of like the zoo tokens to buy like all of the like as many eggs as he could or whatever. And literally like after people bought into it and shit like that, they were like, okay, nothing's really happening with my egg, like it's not hatching or anything like that. And then the team was like announcing that like, oh, there's like some delays and stuff like that, just like bear with us, we're working on it and shit. And then like they also had this Discord group where people were like joining and asking questions and just getting like these very like vague responses, and like nothing that would, yeah, they would really like deny everything, kind of just yeah, like there was pretty much always something wrong with the project. And then right after that, Logan Paul just didn't say anything about the project after that. Like he literally just like disappeared from CryptoZoo and never acknowledged it. And then in March of 2022, so a few months later, people were all like, hey, you haven't mentioned anything about CryptoZoo. And then he was instead like advertising a new crypto like project, and people were like, what the fuck, man? And that's why CryptoZoo was such like a big thing, because it was like he was announcing these other projects while simultaneously just ignoring anything that had to do with the CryptoZoo, things that people have put thousands of dollars into. And yeah, he was talking about like this new crypto project, and he's like, it's going to be the craziest thing I ever did or whatever. And it was like, bro, you just said that about CryptoZoo, the thing that you just
So CryptoZoo was literally like a straight up saying a scam.
Yeah. And then like he mentioned all of this stuff literally day one. Everyone bought all the stuff, and then just nothing after that. Nothing happened after that. There was no progress on like the game or whatever. I don't know if it was like an app or like a software that you download on like PC or something like that, but it just nothing happened after that. Everyone bought their base eggs, and it was just like, I don't know, like a fucking PNG of an egg or something. And I think what was really funny to me out of the whole thing was that Logan Paul was specifically talking about how he did how he hired a bunch of artists to go and draw like thousands of like one-of-one hybrids and stuff like that. When the pictures came out, I want to see if I can get the pictures. They were just like not that. I want to see if I can get CryptoZoo animal pictures. Yeah, they're essentially just like photoshopped, AI generated like bullshit. Actually, is the website still up? The website is actually still up.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Yeah. So
I just read the 2023 to 2024 Logan Paul's reply to CoffeeZilla thing. Apparently, he was threatening to sue CoffeeZilla, and that he made a thing, and that it turns out a bunch of the people working on CryptoZoo were actually just con men, and he was conned as well.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a lie.
Well, it's just like a real like boy who cried wolf scenario, when it's like you fuck people over that much that nobody's going to trust you, even if that was the truth.
Yeah.
No one's going to believe you. But yeah, like all of the photos that came out were not drawn fucking art, unique art and stuff like that. They were literally just like weird Photoshop shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It doesn't seem exactly mind.
Yeah. So yeah, that was essentially the stuff that happened. And then when he finally talked about CryptoZoo, which was like a month after he announced his other project, so like April, he was saying that he didn't, once again, saying that he didn't have much involvement in it. Like he would only get told every like month or so what was going on. and then he then like spoke out and was talking about how he was getting like fucked over, and like he got conned and stuff like that, and that was like right around the CoffeeZilla video, which the CoffeeZilla video is very good. I haven't even watched the full thing, which will explain why I might get some things wrong. But yeah, CoffeeZilla's video was very good on it, because he got right into it. He was like explaining, it was just good journalism. He was like talking to the people who got scammed from CryptoZoo. He spoke to some of the actual people that were part of it and stuff like that. It was just a very good, like, I think it was like a series of videos. I don't think it was just the one video.
CoffeeZilla is very good at that. He's a very, very good journalist. But he exposes a lot of almost dangerous people sometimes. And it's bold, and he's very good at what he does. And his videos are very well made as well.
Yeah, see, I didn't even watch anything about CoffeeZilla, like anything from him, until learning about this CryptoZoo thing, because a friend of mine told me about it. But yeah, it was. I think that's pretty much it for CryptoZoo. Like, there's a lot more like in-depth shit. For example, the people that were working on it, like you said, they were also con men that were very popular, like very popular con men, but they never mentioned who the team was behind CryptoZoo.
Yeah.
So that's why like people would have just not bought into it if they knew who was part of it.
Yeah, and then Logan Paul was like, yeah, so it turns out they were all con men and scammers, and I've been scammed, and I'm sorry, I'm working on it now, and it will be fixed and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just horse.
It's just like a cycle of him doing something, scamming people, saying that he was like the victim, and then people like forgetting about him for a few months.
Yeah.
And then it's just like it circles around all the time. Like he's done a very good job of just like waiting for everything to die down and then trying something new. Which by something new, it's just the same thing, just scams, rug pulls, and shit like that.
Yeah.
But just in different variants. But that's mostly it for just the overall thing of CryptoZoo, what it was, what it became, or what it didn't become. And yeah, like I said, the CoffeeZilla video or series of videos is very good if you want to get like more in depth in it. But yeah, that's.
I reckon we could take him down.
You reckon we could take down Logan Paul?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Like fight?
Not in a fight, no. Don't you know he's the boxing champion or whatever?
No, he's the WWE champion.
That's it. He's the WWE champion. Sorry,
but it doesn't matter. WWE is fake. All of this stuff is fake, and nobody gets hurt ever.
That's true. No,
the only person that gets hurt is me when I get scammed from Logan Paul.
Yeah, is that why you talk about it so much? Because you've been scammed by Logan Paul.
How else was I supposed to make money? I thought CryptoZoo was the future.
Right.
I thought NFTs were the future.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Why? Why did you think that? Why would you think that? I've never understood like NFTs and all that stuff. I don't get it.
That's so funny. I literally just read a comment that said I will never understand NFT crypto shit.
Yeah, I don't get it. I actually feel very dumb when I
read about it. I think it's very like what's a word? I want to say like romanticized as like a get rich quick scheme. Where it's like, oh, you just buy something and then you make money like easy and then sell it back. Like that's just pretty much it for like crypto itself. NFTs are like a whole new can of dink doinks.
Dink doinks.
I was trying to find the connection between like Dink Doink and because like Dink Doink was a spring and it was making me think of those pranks when you open the can and a bunch of springs come out. That's what I was That's what I was going
What?
for, and I just couldn't get there.
I don't
What,
know.
you
What
don't
are
know
you
about this?
talking about? What the hell is... You open a can of just springs come out. What does that even
Yeah,
mean?
it's like a prank. Prank.
They're not springs. Aren't they
Cans.
like worms? They're like fake worms?
Oh, it's like little snake things.
Yeah, I don't think they were
It's a
springs.
spring snake in a can.
I
Okay,
feel
so
like
I
that
was
would
just thinking of
hurt.
one without the
If just
skin.
like a spring jumped at you. Absolutely domed you, you know?
Yeah, if it jumps out at you and goes, "Yo, what's up?" It's dink doink. That'd be terrifying.
Have you bought crypto before?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think we both did together, no?
we both did. Yeah. So now it's time for our segment of giving you guys financial
Yeah,
advice.
so my financial advice is do not buy a number on internet that doesn't actually exist. Don't do that.
And my advice is dink doink going to the moon, baby.
Yeah, you
Fire
reckon?
up, baby. Dink doink is the future.
I don't know if Dink Doink is the future.
What?
I don't.
But he's like a little guy.
That's true.
And Logan Paul,
Personally,
WWE champion.
I believe that the what was that? What was it called? Like CryptoZoo. I think CryptoZoo personally is gonna do it.
Yeah. Maybe if Logan Paul, I don't know, like actually no, Logan Paul shouldn't be the one that returns to CryptoZoo, but I think actually like to add on to that, he said that he was gonna refund the people that put money into it. Probably not. He's big enough as a person that he can just ignore everybody, like even if they're like a big creator, unless it's somebody like CoffeeZilla, who he did respond to, which CoffeeZilla did put out a video 2 months ago, talking about Logan Paul's refund, quote unquote. I haven't seen that yet. But my thoughts are that he probably didn't refund them.
Probably not.
Maybe not. Just a thought.
Just a light thought. I think he's fucking lying.
What? No. How long have we been going for?
We have 48 minutes, so
48 minutes. Oh
yeah.
shit, guys! I got to talk about CryptoZoo for another 10, 12 minutes.
We don't have to talk.
I got to talk about Dink Doink.
If you want to stop talking about Dink Doink, you stop talking about fucking Dink
so
Doink.
I mentioned to John, I was like, there's not too much in it to where I can explain it for a full hour 15 or whatever. So it's it requires like a lot more looking into, which I might even do over the next however much whatever. And maybe I'll just like put in some updates every now and then on the future episodes and stuff.
Jesse, we have to invest in Dink Doink.
I was wondering where you were going with that when you said that.
Walter, what the fuck is Dink Doink? Jesse, we have to cook with Dink Doink.
Jesse, we have to breathe. Wait, I mean like the CryptoZoo,
Jesse, look at this funny spring guy.
Jesse, look, I bred a gorilla and a penguin.
Jesse, we have to breed our CryptoZoo animals together.
Jesse, we have to breed.
So I'm gonna raise some things. Have you played HellDivers yet?
No. Why?
Just wondering if you had partaken in any of the rampant propaganda that's come from this game.
Oh?
No, it's like in-game propaganda.
I have heard people like saying fuck. I literally don't remember. I want to say people keep talking about democracy and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
Democracy manifest.
in Helldivers, the like Earth is called Super Earth, and
Yes.
they've like colonized the galaxy, so like the Milky Way,
Ah.
and they're being invaded by like a bunch of different things. So there's like the Terminids, who are like big bugs. So very very Starship Troopers. And then
Mhm.
there's the robots that I think like the automatons or something, and they're like robot people, and they they're trying to get to their robot creators planet. Everyone's kind of figured out they're going up in the galaxy rather than towards Super Earth. The bugs are going
Uh-huh.
towards Super Earth, but the whole thing is that like Earth is actually like it's super like it's like a Big Brother state. So like the galaxy is, or like Earth is being like watched, not
Uh-huh.
watched. It's like it's not democracy. It's like fake democracy. So they say
Right.
it's democracy so that everyone's like, yeah, democracy, we're the right like side. But it's
Mhm.
actually like, for instance, one of the like the loading screens are quite funny, and one of the loading screens was if you see someone hesitate to just like to shoot the enemy, make sure you report them to your local democracy officer and things like that, you know. And
Ah.
it's stuff like people who come back from missions don't get sent to democracy camps, that's a lie, and things like that, you know. So like it's not actually
Mhm.
a democratic like world and stuff, but that's propaganda, and people who play Helldivers will tell you I'm lying and I'm a traitor. um
Oh
but
no. You better
yeah,
make sure you shoot those bugs and
yeah,
aliens
no,
and
I
stuff.
don't, trust me, I'm shooting all the bugs. But like my TikTok is covered in propaganda of this game. So much so that I actually bought the game because I was watching so much propaganda of the game. Like
Uh-huh.
their community has like propelled this game so much further than I think they were
Yeah,
expecting
I
it
have
to.
heard lots of people screaming for Super Earth just like in the
Yeah.
streets and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, like it's like exploded. For instance, right, like example, they when they released the game, they had space for 250,000 people on the servers, right?
Mm.
And they sold 2 million copies. And
Yeah.
so no one could get in because
Yeah,
the queues
right.
are too. So it took them like a few weeks to fix it, which they fixed it now. They're like 5 million capacity, the servers now.
Mm.
But even sometimes you still get stuck in queues.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't it
and
crazy how like you can put out a game and it's so successful that it's a bad thing?
yeah. Yeah,
Like I
literally.
didn't that happen with Fall Guys as well? Was that
I
they
don't
put out
know.
Fall Guys and they didn't expect it to be as big as it
I
was,
thought
so
that was
people couldn't
Among
get into the
Us.
servers. I think it happened with Among Us as well.
Yeah,
As
Amogus.
Among
Um,
Us.
but yeah, like it's exploding. But I would come across some of this propaganda, and it's really good. Like some of the stuff that people have made is so cool. Let's have a look. So there's like propaganda posters that people have made.
Mhm. Be like,
I'll
I want you for Super Earth.
Well, it's stuff like stamp out the bot, support the Helldivers, and accept no substitutes. And it's like a
Uh-huh.
big like full on like Soviet poster of
Hmm.
like this guy putting like squashing like a robot under his boot and things like that.
That's pretty
I'm
funny.
gonna send you them as I find them, but they're really cool. So there was a
Oh
planet
yeah.
called Malevolent Creek, which was being like held for like weeks by like a couple of thousand people, like barely on the precipice of being lost.
Hmm.
And eventually it was lost, and a lot of people are like, oh, you know, you puny bug fighters, because there's like a what's the word, like a
Disdain.
no, yeah, sort of, there's like, yeah, like a built up kind of anger and hatred for people who fight the bugs over the robots,
Right.
because the robots are very difficult to fight, and so are the bugs. But what a lot of people were like, oh, you're not defending this planet, then you're not playing the game properly.
Right.
um
That's funny.
Yeah, like the
That-
community are like fighting with each other,
Yeah,
insulting each other because they're not fighting the right enemies according to them.
that's actually crazy.
And I found this really interesting, and I thought, are there really any other games that have done that have like built this community that are then like super oh, dude, these two are so sick. Um
Oh,
are,
that's crazy.
like are there any like like I don't know any communities that are like quite this involved,
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
never thought of anything this involved. Like, for example, the only thing I can think of that even comes close, and it's not close at all, um, is a game that I used to play a lot, and it was called Descenders, and it was basically just a downhill biking game, like mountain
Mm.
biking or whatever. And what happened was when you hit like level 5, you could join like a team, and it was essentially like Pokemon Go actually, where it was like you could join one of 3 teams and they all had their different things. Like, for example, there was one team where their whole thing was like being really fast and racing really fast. There was another team that was like doing the most difficult terrain and stuff. And then there was one that was like doing the best tricks. And then everyone would like share their photos and like represent their team and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, and that was like really cool because you had that freedom to join like whatever team you wanted. And that's the only thing I can think of that even came close. And like I said, it's this is crazy. Like
Yeah,
just looking at these posters and stuff.
dude, the spill oil one is so badass.
The
Spill oil, mercy is treason. Liberate Malevolent Creek.
the
That's
one above
so
that you
cool.
sent. If I die, then make my coffin with automaton flesh.
Yeah, Helldivers don't
So,
die sleeping, will you? It's
mm,
yeah, it's really cool. It's really
yeah.
cool. I myself, if any Helldivers watch players are listening, I myself am a bug fighter. I fight the bugs personally,
Oh no.
only because, right? It's come out recently. So first off, right? I just something I want to mention. This game. So it's I'll send you the map. It's like this.
Yeah,
So
I've been really interested because from what I feel like it is literally just like roguelike,
so
kind of jump in,
these are the
jump out.
sectors, right? These are the sectors, and each
Uh-huh.
sector has like a percentage that it like of each planet. So that percentage that you're seeing there, where he's hovering over the Mirren sector, which is
Yeah.
now lost, unfortunately. That
Oh.
sector, that's the full combination of the control that we have over all the planets and they have over all the planets in that sector, right? What you can do is you can jump between the sectors and then you fight missions on planets that then provide a percentage to liberating that planet, which then goes into the overall liberation of the sector. And then once the sector is liberated, then it moves on, right?
Right.
So the the robots are coming from the left and the Terminids are coming from the right. Now, what a lot of people are talking about, a few things. One is that there is an enemies in Helldivers 1, which was a top-down looter shooter, by the way. So the way
Mhm.
this game is adapted is incredible. The difference
Mhm.
between 1 and 2.
Like Fallout 3 compared to Fallout, like the other
Not
Fallout games kind of thing.
have you ever played Risk of Rain?
I played Risk of Rain 2,
Yeah, so Risk of Rain
which
2 is like what Helldivers is. It plays sort of similar-ish,
yeah, right.
right? But Risk of Rain 1 was like a top-down strategy game. So it's a completely different thing,
Right.
right? A lot of people comparing the two games. But there's space at the top and space at the bottom of this map.
Mhm.
And what a lot of people are worried about is that the Illumina, who are like an enemy from the first game, are coming back. And there's like secret
Ah.
broadcasts you can find in missions which hint at that. And there's like news things. And people saw like floating blue Illuminate scout ships in the sky on certain planets and stuff. Because it's fully dynamic. So it's
Yeah,
always
right.
happening and stuff.
Like, yeah, I
Also,
didn't realize that like literally the whole community is fighting together.
yeah.
Like I
Everyone is
thought it was
fighting
literally just
together.
like fun little co-op game, like I said, almost like a dungeon crawler kind of thing, where
No,
you drop
so
in, do your little mission, get
So
out.
you can have a maximum of 4 people in one like mission at a time, but the mission that you are doing contributes to the greater cause of the entire dynamic,
Yeah.
consistent map that has like hundreds of thousands of people fighting to liberate these planets and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Um there is one person there is a game master. It's the role at the company that's made the game. Guy's role is game master. His name is Joel, and he is the
Nice,
one that
Joel.
controls the entire game's like system. So he's the one that he's the one that is telling the bugs to attack this planet and this planet, and the ones who like telling the robots to go this way and that way. And in the northern sectors, the robots, they were in the first game. They have the same symbol as the cyborgs from the first game. Now, the cyborgs planet that's in the northern part of the sector is currently under Super Earth, right? But the robots escaped and built off the galaxy and have come back. And what a lot of people thought was that they were both the robots and the bugs were heading for Super Earth, but they're actually the robots are actually heading north. They've realized that the way the sectors they're taking, they're actually going north. And it's worrying a lot of people because they think they're going to the cyborgs planet to save their creators. Because they're like the people who made the robots. The robots. Yeah, exactly. They're the ones that made the robots. So they're actually heading north, whereas the bugs are heading straight towards Super Earth. It's very, very troubling. They're only 2 sectors away. Or 3 sectors away, really.
Yeah, so this definitely gives me like the Pokemon Go community vibe, where everyone's like, "Oh my god, like let's do this and do that and fight this gym and stuff like that."
Yeah, it's very much like it's but Malevolent Creek was like one of the first planets where everyone kind of came around and was like, "Holy shit!" But dude, when the percentage gets higher, it gets like worse, right? So when the percentage was like 0, like the amount of control we had was like 0.4 or something, 0.004, and people were still landing on there. It was like fucking Normandy, dude. It was like storming the beaches on D-Day. Like it was mental. The laser fire is crazy. It's also a gorgeous game.
So is John gonna be streaming HellDivers 2 in the future?
I've been playing it a lot, but I don't know if I'll be streaming it. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Just late night HellDivers?
Late night HellDivers.
Late night liberation.
I want to, but I'm not sure. Let me send this to you. This is awful, dude. It's like dropping into the fucking middle of Normandy. It's mental.
Yeah, I didn't know it was this deep.
It's deep, bro. It is deep, right? Well, once you're in this, you're fighting for democracy, and you will win. Or we die. Like there's no middle point. There's no middle point.
So how do I recreate this in Minecraft?
Yeah,
Minecraft HellDivers.
It's really good. It's a really good game. I would recommend anyone who is listening, if you are on the back foot to play it. I definitely would play it. If you get the chance.
Already interested in playing this game now because it's so much more than I thought. Like I thought it was just like Gears of War type beat, like fucking around and stuff like that. I didn't realize it was so like dynamic and deep.
Oh, dude, watch this one. Some guys made like a full propaganda edit of Malevolent Creek. What is this?
Yeah, so this gives me the vibe of like Armor now.
So, yeah,
like,
sort of like that constant.
Yeah,
that constant like dynamic. Watch that Malevolent Creek one. That's sick. That's really, really cool. I saw that on TikTok a while back. But yeah, my TikTok, right? When the game released, all it was filled with was propaganda of this game, edits of this game. You must defend Malevolent Creek, that kind of thing. And I started playing it. I was like, fucking hell. Like, these robots are insane. This game is really fun and stuff. And then Malevolent Creek fell, and I've only been fighting bugs since. And it's a losing battle, Jack. We are losing hard right now. They've just released the
It's
update
crazy that you say like we are losing, like you're actively a member of this shit.
Obviously,
like you're part of this shit.
But the like they've just released vehicles, so now you can cool down like support vehicles. So there's like mechs, there's like a warthog style like Halo vehicle, that kind of thing. There's like a motorbike thing. So they've just released that, but the devs are really active in their game. Like devs would join other people's games before the mechs released, and they would throw down the mechs and be walking around in the mechs and stuff because obviously they had access to it.
Yeah, right.
And because it's a live server, that they just have to like unlock it for everyone else, so they get all the stuff early when they're developing on it. So there were like devs jumping into people's games with these like cool mech things with like miniguns on them and stuff. Really cool. Yeah, that's
So who are the developers?
let me look.
Do you know what their name is?
Let me look.
Because I want to be like, yo, shout out you guys, because this was, I don't know, it just wasn't advertised. I mean, it wasn't advertised to me at all.
Arrowhead Game Studios.
Arrowhead.
Let me see what else they've done. Let's have a look. So they made Magicka, Gauntlet, HellDivers. I don't know what these games are. I'm gonna be honest.
Saying the creek must hold. The creek broke before we did. And
yeah,
stuff like
exactly. Stuff like that. Like,
yeah, we're still holding out. You shut your mouth and get in on the front.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
this is not the creek. Get back on the front lines. That's just a man in a suit that said that. Commented that.
So they made Magicka, the Showdown Effect, Gauntlet, HellDivers, and HellDivers 2. So they're very good. However, the game is not out on Xbox. So there's a lot of like things of like, let our Halo players join and stuff. And
yeah,
there's a lot
I just
of like,
saw, you got to let Xbox in. We should be there.
Yeah, there's like edits of people being like us losing on like this planet or something, and then it flicks and then it starts playing like insane music, and then like it will say like Halo players over like a horde of people or something.
Yeah, they got to play like Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, but that edit's really cool. That Malevolent Creek edit is really cool.
I shouldn't get this game because I'm trying to stop playing video games so much. But how much is this game?
It is $60. It's not cheap.
Oh, that's
not cheap.
That's actually better than I thought.
But it will like always be on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you don't. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's cool. It's really cool.
Do I get HellDivers 2 for $60 or do I get Starfield for $80?
Not Starfield. What a piece of junk. It's a great game. It's really fun.
Yeah,
but
I just
wanted
have never
to talk
been
about that because
explained.
I was
like the game hasn't been explained to me like that.
Yeah, but it's really cool because it's like you're part of like, it's weird. It's like such a communal game, but you don't expect it to be. I don't know. It's really cool.
I literally thought that it was just like 4-player co-op. Just play you fuck around a little bit, kill some bad guys, and that's it. Like I didn't realize the community was so crazy about it.
Yeah, and it makes like there's an impact to you playing, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they could just go ahead and be like, okay, flip the switch, this, you guys took this place, and everyone's gonna be like, fuck yeah, I did that, I was part of that.
There's currently 300,000 people playing on Steam. I'm not sure how many are on PlayStation though. I have no clue.
My thought is like, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, I could jump into this game and just like clean house. Like I'll be so good at this game.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's fucked. there are like,
I've been watching my friends like streaming it and stuff like that, and they've just been getting like obliterated. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
Eight difficulties. The highest one is Helldive. And one thing Zach actually said this when we were playing together. He said, I like how the enemies don't just like get health when you up the difficulty or something. You just get more of them and more difficult variations of the enemy.
Yeah.
So you won't see, like, for instance, on the bug planets, for my low level Helldiver 2 listeners, you probably won't have seen these, but they're called Hive Queens. And Hive Tyrant, sorry. And they're like 20-foot tall, 8-legged, armored to the teeth, like giant creatures that spit acid everywhere. Fucking awful to deal with. But you'll get like 4 or 5 like every single time you do like even like a step in an objective, and you have to wipe them out with rockets and like artillery and airstrikes and everything, right? You can't kill them otherwise. But in like the medium difficulties and low difficulty, they don't spawn. So it's not that you'll still get like the level 1 piss easy enemies, but but you'll get like 50 of them instead of 5 in front of you. So instead of them just going like, oh, we've tripled the health of the low level enemies for the higher difficulty, it's they just introduce more difficult enemies themselves as well as the beginning ones, which I think's a really good system. It's not like, oh yeah, their health's tripled when they're doing this kind of thing.
Double the damage.
Yeah, exactly. I really like that. I think that's a really good system. There's also like dynamic weather they've just added, so there's now like meteor showers, and like there can be like
meat showers.
There's meat showers, and
that's HellDivers 2.
And there's
HellDivers 2, the meat shower.
There's fire tornadoes and shit on like desert planets. There's also like random.
So what about like
things
rain? Does rain exist?
Yes, rain exists. Yeah. But there's also like on like for instance like robot planets, right? So when we were fighting on Malevolent Creek originally, they had like disrupted our communications with the ships. So sometimes you do try to do a call in and it would do the wrong one. So even if you sequence, because how it works is like you hold control on keyboard, you hold control and then you would do like, I've changed it to the arrow keys because then you can still run and use it. But you would use whatever your movement keys are, like up, down, left, right, and then you would get like a call in your hand and you throw it down, right? I changed it to the arrow keys so that you can like keep running while you're doing it. A lot of people haven't done that. I would recommend doing that if you're on PC. Or you set up a macro on your Steam Deck, but you didn't hear me say that. The disruptions meant that the call-ins would be like randomized. So you'll go to call in like an ammo drop and you'll accidentally call down like a 500 kilogram bomb on top of yourself by accident. And it was really fucked. Especially when you're like in the balls of a jungle on Malevolent Creek. And it was like, I can't see anything. It's pissing it down with rain. It's nighttime. I'm in a jungle. There's lasers everywhere. And I've just nuked myself. But it's, you know what, that
sounds like Armor.
yeah, pretty much. It's really fun. It's really fun. But I just wanted to talk about that because I've been like, I almost like religiously following the map updates.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not even like you've been religiously playing the game. Like I didn't even know that you've been playing the game.
Yeah. It's like I've been following the map updates and the like propaganda on TikTok and like the community stuff. And they've just released the mechs, and I haven't played with them yet. I hopefully will tonight. We'll see, and stuff like that. So
22 gig up, fucking file that you're uploading gets uploaded.
Oh yeah, true. Because it's a live game as well. The patches are not super big, which is really nice. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool game. If you come into some funds and you want to get it, I would recommend doing so. It's really cool. I only can imagine that it's going to get better. Did they change? Okay, so they've changed the new Warbond stuff. Awesome. So they added new guns.
And thanks to Arrowhead Gaming for sponsoring this episode.
I wish, dude. I wish. Give me free Warbonds. So there is a battle
pass
money in the game.
You don't want like real life money. You just want free Warbonds.
There is like a battle pass in the game. It's called the Warbonds. But what they do is you get requisition and Warbonds points by completing missions. And it's like you don't get extra for. I don't know if you can actually buy it in game. I think you can only earn it. So you can't just like spend money to get all the stuff.
Right.
You have to like earn it by doing missions. And the more difficult missions give you obviously more Warbonds and things like that. So
could you imagine how much more money they would make if they had a microtransaction?
I don't know off the top of my head if that's true. That's what I've come across. I haven't found a way to buy the stuff yet. Oh, you can get a laser pistol now. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
John, what time are we at? Can we end this and go play HellDivers?
Yeah, no. So we're at 1:15. There was a little bit of waffling at the start, so it's probably going to be an hour episode. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I thought that would be like, I just thought that would be like an interesting. I hadn't seen you play it. I hadn't seen you buy it, so I was curious whether you.
I literally knew nothing about the game except for like, Gears of War dungeon crawler.
Yeah, no, I have been stuck on Malevolent Creek TikTok for a while. But yeah, no,
stuck in the front lines.
Really good. And like there's a lot of like specific songs that have been like attributed to edits of this game as well. That are going around on TikTok too, which is pretty cool. I would, yeah, I'd recommend if you guys haven't played it, give it a go. It'll be really cool to see you all out there defending our liberty and our
Defending Super
freedom
Earth.
as the nation of Super Earth. I don't want it to happen because it's obviously the worst case scenario. But I'm really curious what the maps on Super Earth look like, because every other planet is like we're on the edges of the galaxy at the moment, so they're very barren. They're not urban cities or
Right.
anything. And I
Yeah.
imagine Earth is going to be super green and very city-like. And I
Mm.
really want to see what that would be like. But it depends who gets there first, if it's the bugs or the robots. I'm pretty sure the robots are booking it for the cyborg planet. It feels like, but we'll see. We'll
I
see.
think actually now that I'm looking at it, I can't get HellDivers because I either have to choose between that or Sex Faculty, which is $9 at the
Oh
moment, so
shit! You know
down
what?
from 14.
That's actually understandable. I too would go for sex faculty, as in like a school of faculty.
I think so, to be
That's
honest, but I'm surprised they missed the mark
mental.
on calling it Sex Faculty. I don't know if they just get in trouble for that or something.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up here, team.
We
Um,
need to.
to do what? So we can play
We need
HellDivers.
to. Yeah,
So we can
I need to
liberate
schedule it.
Malevolent Creek. All right, team. Well, we love you all. Thank you so much for sticking with us and for listening for this podcast. If
Hopefully, we're
you
back on track as
Hopefully, we're
well.
back on track. Yep. As you all know, and we've said it every single podcast. If you haven't already, put us 5 stars on that Spotify playlist that you've got us in. Put us 5 stars on our channel account profile. That's the
Yeah,
word I'm
something
looking
like
for.
that.
And give us a like on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. We love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so
Thank
much for bearing with
you.
us. And we'll see you very soon. All right.
For Super Earth.
Kisses. Mwah, mwah.